But no, you can't show the paper.
Are we starting?
Yeah, we're rolling.
So behind the scenes.
Okay.
Okay.
So being the oldest child in our family, parents who didn't speak English fluently, you had to take on a lot of responsibility for us. What sacrifices you had to make to help us out and also going to high school and following your dream in the acting career?
So as the oldest child, having siblings and having parents who are immigrants to this country, they don't speak the language, and I had to do a lot of translations for them. I had to go to parent-teacher conferences. I had to go to doctor appointments.
Right.
I think the sacrifices that I felt during that time were just that I wanted just to be a kid. I wanted to play, you know, outside, and I wanted to not have to be older than I was. I always felt as the oldest in the family that mommy and papi depended on me so much, and it was exhausting. I resented it. I have to say that I did resent it. And then when I decided to, you know, go to LaGuardia High School and, you know, leave the Bronx for a couple of hours, I felt like so happy, and I was finally just, it was about me for the first time. Every time I got on that D train to go to 59th Street Columbus Circle and switch to the 1 to go to 66th Street in Lincoln Center, it was like
A relief.
it was a relief. It was so good to not be taking care of other people. Did you feel like you had to sacrifice a big chunk of your early life?
Right.
Do you feel that if you would have come out sooner, or if you would have had the information about what it meant to be trans sooner, do you think that your life would have been different somehow?
I always think about, what if I had the education and the resources and sources about, you know, going through hormone therapy and seeing the right doctors and starting your transition. I always think about that, like if I was younger and knew about that, and my family knew about that, where they can help me out and, you know, put me in the right direction with it. So I always think about it. I really say I don't have any regrets, because I believe everyone has their own journey.
Yeah.
Throughout my journey, I've learned a lot of things about myself. You know, when I remember I was like 17 going to 18. That was my boiling point. But I was just like, I need to really do this, because if not, I'm gonna keep living in a miserable state of mind, and that's just I didn't want that. You said that when I was young, you observed my brothers wanting to recruit me for rougher games, but that masculinity wasn't natural for me. Was it hard for you to observe me struggle and not be able to address it with me? Were you worried about me?
Growing up, I did see our brothers try to, like, you know, make you more masculine and rough you up and things like that. And that was really hard for me to witness.
Yeah.
And there were times that I wanted, and not there were times, I would interfere all the time. I was like the referee, like, leave, you know, stop it. No, it's okay. He doesn't want to go to the park, right? Like, I would always be so protective of you, because I knew early on that you weren't masculine. There was nothing about you at the age of 2 or 3 years old. Like, literally, I would look at you and I would see a little girl. I would see a little girl in your movements and your essence. And there's something that I always feel very strongly whenever people bring up, you know, people being born this way, or you know, making decisions later in life, you know. No, you were born in the wrong body. And that was evident to me from the moment that you started walking. When you came out to me at 16, I knew, I wasn't surprised. It was, I remember I was like, okay, come on, Marisol, I know you're gay. You know what I mean? But then it was like the question that followed up was like, do you want to be a woman? And I didn't know myself anything about transgender. I didn't know, but I knew that what I saw in you was not just being gay. And that's why the question came out. What I did wish, and I can say this honestly, is I wish that you weren't gay. I wish that you weren't trans. I wish that at the time I felt, I don't want you to suffer. I don't want a hard life for you. I don't want you to get picked on, because I saw that so much growing up, how kids would get picked
Right.
on, right?
And it's
Be called-
understanding that
yeah,
you felt that way, because there was moments where I felt like I wish I wasn't
yeah,
transgender, or I wish I wasn't gay,
Yeah.
because of everything I saw out in the streets and
Yeah.
how I was being portrayed and being bullied and called out in the streets. So there's been I can understand when you say you wish I wasn't
yeah.
at that time.
At the time, now I can, say, yeah, anyone could be whatever they want to be. I think
Yes.
that I love the fact that we can all, say, no, I'm gay, I'm bisexual, I'm trans, I'm, whatever it is that you feel comfortable in. I love that. What was, right, the hardest part about looking at yourself in the mirror and not seeing who you are?
Although I had a very good childhood and you guys gave me everything that I wanted and needed, I felt like I was like robbed a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I really didn't get to like live, what a girl goes through, growing up and stuff like that. So
were there things that you did during those times to take care of yourself? What did you do to take care of yourself, to survive?
at that age, I would lock myself in the room and play dress up and put little scarves in my head to pretend it would be here. There was little things that
Honey,
I would do.
I would catch you.
Yes. You guys will catch everything, like in the Barbies and the clothing and everything. Clothing will go missing from your
oh my
drawers.
God, all the time. My clothing used to disappear all the time. Yeah.
Coming from where we come from and the machista, how you're supposed to be a man. And it just played with my mind. And I felt like I couldn't be what I really wanted to be. And I had to like portray something that I wasn't. With everything that you're doing now in your career, I want to know, how do you take care of yourself? And did you find that breaking into the world of entertainment was particularly challenging for you as a Latina Afro woman?
Yes. Being an entertainer, you're constantly being watched. You're constantly being critiqued. You're constantly, and you need the time to stop. I love long baths. I'm huge on baths and massages and candles. I love candles. I think that scents, oils are so key. Taking tea, time for just to sip some tea, saging your home. I believe in deep breathing. Breathing is let me tell you something, it is like the easiest, cheapest thing you can do. Like if you're stressed out, and it sounds so silly, but if you take deep breaths, it does change everything. It relaxes you. So I watch my breath a lot. Being a Latina, it is not easy. It continues to be a struggle. Being an Afro-Latina is even more. Hollywood has an idea of what Latina women look like in general.
Yes.
They have an idea of what women should be in general, but Latina women are very specific. You go Salma, Hayek, and you go the J-Lo route, and that's it, or the Sofia Vergara. And as beautiful as these women are, and goddesses in their own right, there's so many of us in between.
So many more goddesses.
Right, that deserve recognition and deserve, to be seen and heard. So that's still a struggle, but I'm glad that people are talking about it.
Yes.
People like Gina Rodriguez, who, I'm
She's
obsessed with.
amazing.
Yeah, because she's really using her platform, and no one in her position in Hollywood has ever done this before. Gina Rodriguez is not just thinking about herself. She is thinking about the community at large and saying it's time for us to be seen, heard. How do you take care of yourself? What is your regime to take care of yourself?
So, like you just mentioned earlier, spending time by yourself. Lately, that has been my thing. I read a book, watch some TV shows, or do some research, or just plan. Like I have a bunch of ideas that I want to do in my career, and I want to make it happen. So I just write my things down. Just plot different ideas. Oh, that's
So
another thing.
Your alone time and your time.
This keeps me happy.
But you also cook, girl. You need to show me how to cook.
I really don't, because, you don't even love to cook.
I don't. Whoopsie, you learned it here, guys. Gloria can't cook.
Can
it's
you
all acting.